Welcome back to the Instructional Training Enhancement. Today, using the tactical footwork, as you just saw a couple of moments ago, was practicing those 4 easy steps going right and to the left. Now keep in mind also, if you practice with your right lead, you've got to make sure you practice with your left lead. So the same movements are going to still apply, whether you're in a right or left. So now, let's take a look at how this tactical footwork looks like when you do have an attacker in front of you. Saying from here, we're going to assume that the person has a blade held into the position of the blade up, or what we also call suck position. Most people, what's most likely going to happen is their right foot is going to be stepped back, and they're going to take that step forward. Distancing is going to be extremely important. So watch how my tactical footwork comes to play. As he comes over with an overhead slash in this direction, I've got to create space. Our primary defense in the intertertial volley system is not to be there. So looking at my movement from here, we're going to be breaking it down. So taking a look at it, here's my number 1. My number 1 propulsion is from this position here. As I transition from my number 1, watch what my number 2 does. Creates my distance. 3, I shoot off the angle. 4, this is where I want to end up being. Whether I go tactical footwork from here, empty hand, or if I end up going close quarter firearm. Okay? Regardless of what you have or what you don't have, the tactical footwork will still prevent you from getting cut. Once again, taking a look at it from this direction. My position of my hands are down, defensive position. He steps forward with that 1. There's my step number 1. Step number 2, as I create more distance, I'm transitioning into that reverse triangle, going into the left side. So as he comes, that's 2, 3. Once I'm on the 3, I'm much more safer here. I can check from here. 4, I sweep that leg from here. If I end up going to my tactical baton, once I reach from here, I can go ahead and reach and clear and then deploy if I have to. Going from the next one. If I end up going empty hand, the same application still occurs, but the footwork is going to be the same, yet the hands are going to be still moving in the same direction. Okay? So, from here, nothing changes. If I'm going off my empty hand, this time let's take a look at another common strike. This is going to be from the pakal position or blade down. Once you're going blade down, the same movement still occurs. Once this ends up coming from here, I still create my distance. Once I create my distance, my number 1 footwork from here, 2, I pass 3, 4, making my check. So my footwork still is the same. Let's take a look at it from the other direction. From this side, nothing changes. I'm still choosing to go in this direction. Step number 1, he steps through. There's my distance from here. 2, there's my 3. Once I come from 2, there's my 3, 4, come over to the side. My best angle or my safe place to be is on the outside. I never want to go to the inside of him. As he steps, 1, 2, 3, 4. Back in this position again. Looking at it one more time from this position. 1, I see, create my space. 2, 3, angle off. 4, off my sweep from here. All right. Let's take a look at it from this position here. We're going to slightly turn at an angle, assuming how it looks like from the front view. From this position, he steps in. I create my distance 1. Once I'm here, 2. There's my 2 position here, 2. Once I come 3, angle off 4. Now from this angle from here, I'm over to a side from here. Let's take a look at it from this direction. Nothing changes from here. Defensive position. He steps through. I'm coming off my 1. 1, 2. I'm coming. Here it is, my 3. Angling off. And then my 4. Angle sweep, not land. From there. Next, let's take a look at is if I don't want to go in this direction, my choice is to go in this direction. Nothing ends up changing. Okay? Nothing changes. Once I go here, let's make the assumption that we never know if the person's going to end up having a blade on the left or the right hand. In this position, let's take a look and make the assumption that the person's left-handed. From here, once he comes in, from this position, from here, notice what I do. Step number 1. Once he steps towards me. Now I'm taking with the right foot. That's my 1. Number 2, I'm creating my distance. Primary defense in the intertertial volley is not to be there. If I don't move, I'm going to end up relying on my hand, and I don't want to end up doing that. Plus, he has that potential to make his reach if he needs to, and I don't want him to do that either. So, as he steps back again, this prevents him from reaching off me. He delivers a strike. There's my number 1. Once I'm number 1, here's my 2, angling off 3. Once I'm here, 4, angle sweep. Looking at it again, from this position again, I'm here. 1, create my distance. 2, reverse triangle, transition 3, and then 4, back to that angle again. One more time, as he comes towards me. 1, defensive position from here, 1, step here, 2, transition it right into my reverse triangle, shoot off 3, come back 4. Let's take a look at it from the left side. Now for my attacker for this position here, nothing changes. Defensive position from here, he steps forward, step number 1, step number 2, step number 3, step number 4. Coming back again, step number 1, step number 2, step number 3, okay, then I can engage immediately, close quarter from here. One more time. From here, 1, I step, 2, come back to my forward reverse triangle, 3, check, check, come back, deploy. I may be able to deploy my firearm, assuming that I have concealed weapons permit, or I can go with my tactical blade. If I go with my tactical blade, nothing changes. I'm coming from here, he comes up, there's my 1, there's my 2, there's my 3, there's my 4. Creating my distance, coming back, gives me my tactical blade as I end up using it. That's the basic foundation of the tactical footwork. But this tactical footwork has to come based upon your reverse triangle. Remember, in Senator Shawali, what's much more important is footwork, body mechanics, and how you strike. Using those 3 elements in everything that you do in any skill. Make sure you use this tactical footwork. Practice from the left lead to the right lead. The same positions can still occur whether the punch is coming towards me or either a blade. If you can stop the blade, then you definitely can stop the empty hand. So making sure you make your practices. Have someone come in making the punch forward. Have someone coming in making that jab. The same, creating my distance, coming back over, sweeping in that direction, or coming step 1, 2, 3, coming back 4, and getting to my position. Practice your tactical footwork. Practice, practice, practice. That's the most important thing.